Morning all. Christians, or the world today, expects Christians to be different from those who don't know Jesus. I don't know if you've ever heard the saying, when we walk into a room, people should stop and stare. Have you ever walked into a place or been in a place and felt different to everyone else, or felt, I suppose, left out, or that you're the odd one out, or that you even stood out like a sore thumb? Well, the world expects us to be different. I know that in situations and circumstances, the world will look at Christians and see how we act, or see what we do in those situations and circumstances. And I just think that today, with everything that's going on with the coronavirus and the COVID-19, and I believe that the world is looking at Christians and saying, how are they acting? How are they coping? Or how are they seeming different to the world? And are we living in fear? Are we living in... Do we feel like God's not there? Yes, I understand that we do live in fear, but we don't have to live in fear for the same reasons that the world is. Some may, but I believe that we as Christians do not need to live in fear. No matter what happens, God is there. God is in our presence. And we can have God's favor on us. Now, I've got a reading for you today. It's in Exodus 33:16. I'm reading from the English Standard Version. It says, "For how shall it be known that I have found favor in your sight, I and your people? Is it not in your going with us, so that we are distinct, I and your people, from every other people on the face of the earth?" So yes, we can be different. And I believe that we should be different to the people who don't believe in Jesus. In every situation, in every circumstance, what's going on in the world today, we know that God goes with us. God is there for us. We do not need to live in that fear. And I'm not just talking about the coronavirus. We may live in a fear, if you like, of being laid off from work. Where do I find another work? How do I find some more work? We may live in fear of this or that, or whatever it may be. But I believe that we do not need to live in fear, because God is there. And that's how we can be different to the world. When the world, or the non-believers, perhaps have no hope, we've got hope. Where the world perhaps lives in fear, we do not need to live in fear. We can live in faith. The opposite of fear is faith. And this does not give us grounds for pride or boasting. God's presence is an expression of His grace, not our worthiness. In fact, our confidence in God's presence gives us a strong conviction of our high calling to serve Him in every capacity of life. We can serve God in every capacity of life just by living in faith and not fearing. We serve God. And I'm not saying that we need to walk around, as I said, with pride. God's there for us. Yes, God is there for us. But the word also says, God opposes the proud. I would rather say we can walk around with confidence. So when we are in situations like this, and the world wants to look at someone or some people, I pray that they can look at us as Christians and want what we want. I knew in school 2 identical twins, 2 boys, identical twins, but there was a slight difference between them, and that's how we were able to tell them apart. And when the world looks at us as Christians, I want them to see Jesus in us. I pray that they will see Jesus in us. So I just want to leave that with you, that the Holy Spirit lives inside each and every one of us. And let's remember that we take God's presence with us in every situation, conversation, workplace, house, and relationship. And let's live like we truly know that He's with us. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you.